Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first tutorial video. Please forgive me if it's not perfect, but I'll do my best. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a two-part assignment in mask layers in Adobe Animate. And we'll do one file in this video, and then we'll do a second file in the second video, and then you'll upload both Flash files to Canvas. All right, let's get started. Okay. As always, we start with a new project, full HD, and we set our frame rate to 24 frames per second. And I'm going to go full frame. This is also a good time to start saving, getting into the habit of saving your files. So we'll go to File, Save As, and we'll call this document mask01, because there's going to be a 02 later, and your name. And save it wherever you need. I'm going to save mine to the desktop. Okay. And click Save. All right, so in this particular mask layer, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a little rabbit and then make that rabbit jump across the screen and then drop down into his rabbit hole. So let's just start by creating the pieces. So on layer 1, I'm going to rename and call it bunny or rabbit, whatever you like. And using whatever tool you choose, draw something. So I'm going to use my brush tool. As you all know, I love my brush tool, and I'm going to set my brush size a little bit larger to 10 in this instance. It's already there. And I'm just going to draw myself a really simple little bunny rabbit, because this is a super simple exercise. We really just want to create something to demonstrate that we know how to do a mask layer. So I'm just going to draw a really cheap, funny little guy. Here we go. And then be sure to fill them in with color. So paint bucket, change my fill color to something. I'm going to make a little blue or pink. How about that? A pink bunny. There we go. So I'll fill them in with color. All right. Go back and get my selection tool. Highlight the bunny. And if you're on a Mac, Function F8. To turn them into a symbol. Okay. Graphic symbol, yes. Click OK. Perfect. And I can put them over here, for example. I'm going to lock this layer for now and add a new layer. And on this layer, I'm going to draw the rabbit hole. So I need an oval. So, and I want the rabbit hole to be black. And I'll just draw down here the rabbit hole, like that. You can rename the layer hole. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to add some time to both layers. And I'm just going to put on, let's say, 4 seconds, just for the sake of it. So I highlight those 2 frames at the 96 frame mark, and just simply function F5 to add 4 seconds to both layers. Now I'm going to add a motion tween to the rabbit to make it look like he's jumping through the hole. So I'm actually going to move the bunny layer above the hole layer first, then unlock the bunny layer, and clicking anywhere there right next to the name, it highlights all the frames. With those frames highlighted, I can insert a motion tween. Okay. And as we know, with the motion tween, you move the timeline, move the symbol, and then Adobe Animate will add the keyframes for us. So I'm going to go do that. Move the timeline, move the bunny. And as you can see, you can start seeing the motion path. Okay, move the timeline, move the bunny, move the timeline, move the bunny. And you see I'm moving them in increments. Move the timeline, move the bunny. And I want to do that so I can create the bounce. Remember when we can add a motion guide and all these little segments, we can put individual bends in the motion path in order to get the look that we want. I'm going to slide my timeline down a little bit. There we go. Okay, and the bunny is directly over the hole now. And now I can add a little bit of downward movement, and then of course bring it to the end and drag the bunny completely down through the hole. Let me just slide down a little bit so I can make him completely go off the stage. Okay. And I'm just pressing the space bar to get the hand tool. Then I can go back and add the bounce by pulling on the individual line segments. Okay. And if I hit the return key, very nice. Cool. But it doesn't look like the bunny's going through the hole. And that's why we need to use a mask layer, because what we can do is we can create a mask layer that goes above the bunny animation that hides the bunny where we want to see him hidden, which is basically coming down through that edge of the hole. So we're going to need that edge, that hole, as a guide. So I lock my bunny layer, unlock my hole layer, select the hole, and copy to the clipboard. Lock that layer again, then select the bunny layer and add a new layer. And rename it mask. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is drag my timeline back to the beginning and edit, paste in place. Okay, I'm going to paste that hole directly on top because this is the most important part of the mask, is that line, that there, because I want the bunny to appear as if he's going down into the hole. So now that I've got that, I can right click the layer icon and choose mask. And you will see the bunny disappeared. Now watch what happens when I press return. Keep an eye on the hole because you're like, well, where's the bunny? Keep an eye on the hole. See? Aha, that gives you a clue to how mask layers work. And essentially, they are like stencils, more like windows that you can see through, as opposed to what you would think of a mask in like Photoshop, for instance. So you need to unlock that mask layer. Okay, get your rectangle tool and actually draw. I'm going to zoom out just a touch. Actually, just draw a larger. There we go. A large rectangle like this. And what that does is that creates a mask that allows us to see the bunny here. Let me undo that. Allows us to see the bunny the whole time, but gives us that perfect edge that we wanted. So relock your mask layer. Aha. And then play the file one more time. Now the bunny appears and then goes through the hole. And that's it. Okay, on to the second video where we're going to use what you learned about how to make a mask layer to create a different kind of image. Thanks very much. See you in the next video.